So Stellar XLM, we have a bank that has now released the trial results of them essentially integrating on the Stellar blockchain, and that will be a decent portion of this video, and we're going to see whether or not it was a success. Now we're also going to be talking about what has happened today in the market. I won't be covering too much about it because I've mentioned it in my other videos with Ripple XRP and with Hedera HBAR, and I know that some of you actually watch those videos alongside these, so I don't want to be repeating as much information. And we will be having a look at some CBDC information as well as the price action for XLM coin today. As you can see, the market is down. We are down by 7.7% for XLM coin. All I ask from you guys are two things, which is to smash that like button and to subscribe to the channel as well. So the first bit of news that we have, let's just talk about the market. I thought it was very funny to see this meme. So as we know, Jim Cramer said that nothing can kill Bitcoin, and this meme saying that's a nice asset you got there. Would be a shame if I were to speak positively about it. As you know, before he has spoken negatively about cryptocurrency. However, today he said that nothing can essentially stop Bitcoin. Let's just take a look at what he said.
No, there won't be an ETF, but I do think that the people who are in it for that are going to use that as a chance to sell. But this thing is, you can't kill it.
So as you can see over here, the price action for Bitcoin was at 45.6k. However, the dump has now happened and it has gone to 42k. So it's lost around about $3,000. And another reason as to why we have seen the Bitcoin crash is because of the fact that there were rumors that the SEC could potentially be delaying the ETF approvals up until Q2 of 2024. And so there was a lot of speculation regarding that. And of course, if we have more delays from the SEC, then we will be having a bit of a dump because that is what people were anticipating for. And so that is essentially what has happened in the crypto market. As you can see, all of the altcoins are down today, so it's not just XLM coins, so don't worry about that. Now let's take a look at this use case that we have. So we have Voton, Bank of Spain, and they actually said that today we bring you one of the most important projects that we've undertaken in the realm of digital payments in collaboration with Stellar. Voton is an intercompany for the Banco de España financial sandbox. Now we're actually going to take a look at their results, and also just to mention with you, this partnership came over 2 years ago. So you can see over here that they were to develop a payment solution in Spanish regulatory sandbox with support from PwC for the Stellar Development Foundation. And you can see over here that the Stellar Development Foundation announced a grant of up to $850,000 to help Voton to showcase its Stellar powered solution for intra-company cross-border payments. And it's essentially going to allow the corporate clients to tokenize intra-company payments using the Stellar based digital currencies to execute and settle payments. And at PwC were also joining forces with Voton to test the solution and providing guidance and trusted expertise in banking and financial services to support the project. And work with both PwC and the Stellar Development Foundation, Voton will provide companies with a compliant solution that permits them to transact and operate between different geographies. So let's take a look at the results that they have announced on X. And so you'll see over here that the project is a technological solution that utilizes blockchain to enable companies to make cross-border intercompany payments without the need for the international banking network SWIFT, resulting in efficiency and cost improvements. As we know, when it comes to the Stellar network, we are all about money transfer internationally, and of course with these SWIFT transactions they do charge quite a lot. It can be anywhere from 3 to 5% of the exchange rate, but it can also be $20 to $30 per transaction, and of course that will add up. So that is where the Stellar network comes in. And it says over here that the project was conducted in a regulated testing environment, and the Banco de España supervisor process, which took place from December 2021 to April 2022, so that was roughly 5 months. Now the platform consists of 3 main components: a front end, an API layer, and a back end. And the private blockchain network was used for cross-border position reconciliation, while the public Stellar network was employed for settlement and payment execution. And so this is to do with the settlement time within regards to receiving the money and the fact that the payment was actually executed in general. And the platform operates by tokenizing the invoices of group companies on a private blockchain to perform cross-currency reconciliation among them and generate a final balance between each subsidiary and its parent company for subsequent settlement on a public network. And so as we know, tokenization is going to be a big player when it comes to these payments, and I don't want to talk too much in depth about intra-company transactions, but they are essentially the transactions that happen within the corporate group, and it's nothing related to an outside third party. And we had the fact that the position settlement is carried out via Stellar and in an automated on-ramp and off-ramp process that is much faster and more efficient than traditional systems. And we're actually going to talk about the transactions per seconds for Stellar after these results. And under the supervision of the Banco de España, various tests were conducted to evaluate the platform's performance in different use cases. During these tests, the platform's functionality and technical capabilities were verified in terms of regulation, performance, and continuity. So that's really good that we were able to hit both the regulation side of things, because that can obviously cause a big impact, and not being able to go further, and also performance wise. And Stellar has been supporting the project from the beginning by providing assistance to cover technical development costs and actively engaging in all regulatory and technical aspects to ensure its long-term operational success. So conclusion finally for the results, the Banco de España concluded that the project is favorable in terms of cost reduction, transparency, and efficiency in intercompany operations. The advantages of process automation, savings, and real-time payment execution have been confirmed. So of course, this is everything that a bank wants in terms of reducing unnecessary costs, getting rid of that wastage, making real cost-effective savings, transparency, so you are able to see everything clearly, and there is a lot of clarity and also efficiency in those operations that are being able to take under place, as I'm sure before it was probably done in a less efficient way. And the advantages of process automation when it comes to working, that they are able to tokenize it with the intercompany transactions, and real-time payment execution. So as we know, when it comes to traditional banks, oftentimes when it comes to the payments, it can take anywhere between 3 to 5 working days, but real-time payments is definitely something that banks are looking forward to. Speeds up the process and is able to get the monies transferred. And so after this conclusion, they said that having demonstrated the feasibility and benefits of efficiency and cost reduction for participating companies, Voton is now ready to begin commercial implementation of this solution. And to achieve this, we have the collaboration of PW Spain. So commercial implementation essentially means that they are now going ahead and forward with this after they have tested the trial, and so they are essentially going to be doing it as a business and operational level going forward. And this is really good news because the project does run on the Stellar network, and it goes to show that we have another use case in the bag. But not only that, I'm also going to be showing you this post that we have over here. It's actually a paper called Decoding CBDC, and it's a paper by the Currency Research, and it points out not only XRP but also Algo, HBAR, XLM, and Cordo. Of course, after this we will be looking at the price action for XLM, and so I do know that there is a bit of a crossover because quite a few of my audience hold HBAR or they hold XRP or XLM, and so we will be just taking a look at that. But for Stellar XLM, we are currently able to get a TPS of anywhere between 1,000 to 10,000. For Ripple, we can get 10,000 or plus dependent on the network design, and for Hedera we can do 10,000 TPS. But across all of these 3 different networks, you can see over here that we do have a maximum of the 10,000 TPS, so that is pretty good in terms of the scalability and transaction process for all 3 of them. So let's take a look at the price action for today. We are currently trading at 0.1209. We are down by 7.14% on the 1-day chart, but for the volume we are up by 74%, and we are trading at $151.5 million. Again, as I mentioned in my previous videos, we have seen that dip today like with all of the other altcoins. So we were trading at 0.1315 and we took a dip and a low to 0.1171. Now we have come back here ever so slightly. On the 7-day chart we are down by 7.13%, but that's mostly affected by today. As you can see, we were pretty much sideways trading. Yes, on the 1st of this year we were at 0.1276, so we were at a nice high of the 12-cent level, and we actually managed to reach 0.133. Now I thought that we would be able to go to 14 cents, however we have had that negative news come out for the overall crypto market, and so we have tanked by quite a bit. But I definitely think that still XLM coin should be able to get back up again to that 13-cent range, as we have been able to hit it quite a few times now, as you can see over here, not only on the 1st of this year, but we've also been able to hit it last year on the 30th of December and again on the 28th of December. So we've hit it quite a few times in the past 7 days. Definitely think that we should be able to get back up to 13 cents. Guys, if you want daily Stellar XLM coin news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.